almost like we're getting professional. Calm down. I said almost.
Welcome to episode 85 of the No.1 Crude Mistakes podcast with Haavard from Behind the Mistakes, Glenn from No.1 Projects, and me, KJ from Crude But Efficient. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Woo!
So,
85.
yeah.
You know we're gonna hit 100 real soon, and if we don't start to plan for that, we're gonna sit there like three dumbbells, like, "Oh, welcome to episode 100." That's a milestone.
We celebrated something, didn't we, last year? Was that 50?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Since we do one a week, it's rather easy to keep track of it.
You think, wouldn't you?
Roughly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will get there soon. And I mean, 85, isn't that like the median age of people? That's around the time that you die. If you count the years.
God.
I thought it was a long time since we talked about death.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe we should do like a limited run sticker or something, but yeah, I guess
I ain't dead yet.
Yeah. If you got this, you're close to death. Yeah, that's
That's okay. Fine. Let's not talk about death. Let's talk about what we've done instead. Glenn, what have you been up to?
Well, I had a funny, I don't know how to describe it, a little bit of a switcheroo this week. So normally I want to get into the workshop, and there's normally a few chores and things I have to do before I get in the workshop. This week, the YouTubing was my chore before I could go outside in the garden and do what I wanted to do out there.
That does not sound like you, really.
No, definitely not. But I did get in the workshop on Friday and Saturday and made a quick YouTube video, made a whistle.
Yeah, that you did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and I made a whistle purely on the fact that the last whistle video I did 15,000 views. That's shamelessly why I made another whistle.
So you're pleasing the algorithm.
Well, I don't think it worked. I didn't sacrifice whatever I needed to sacrifice to make that one work.
Did you put some blood on the first one, or
Maybe. Yeah. But yeah, no, got a whistle done, got a video out, and yeah, quite happy with it, to be fair. I'm happy with the whistle. It's a really good way of annoying my daughter.
It's a win-win.
She just stand down at the bottom of the stairs, blowing the whistle, saying, Lily, boop, 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 boop. Oh, what now? Nothing.
oh God, I would hate you so much.
Yeah, you'll be here soon, won't you, KJ?
So that's my alarm clock. Oh, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, other than that, a bit of garden work, going to work, weather's been lovely. Yeah, I think I'm all caught up now. What about you, KJ? What have you been up to?
Well, I'm not finished a project, but I've been making headway on my droid build for the May the 4th, and so hopefully I will have it done by then. Yeah, and EVA foam and contact cement is actually rather fun to play with, I must say, because it actually works as well as it looks on YouTube.
So you've not stuck something where you don't want it to be stuck yet, because it's not so great when you've got something stuck in the wrong place, is it?
Maybe no. So far, I've managed to hit the spots I was aiming for.
Oh, well done. Yeah, that's the biggest challenge normally. Once that contact cement makes contact, it does not come undone very easily at all.
Yeah. But so far so good.
Yeah, no pressure. Don't screw it up now.
Yeah, I mean that's. I feel like I get that way with every project, that I'm slow to start because it's something with I have to know where I'm going before I start, and as long as I haven't started, I can always course correct. And then the further I come along, the more I am afraid to mess it up and have all that work be for nothing. So then I slow down at the end as well. So I basically never have high speed, I feel. But yeah, and
Will you be done for May the 4th?
I hope so.
Yeah.
That is my aim. And so far it's still possible. I mean, I sat down to edit a little this evening, and I realized that I already had edited a dozen clips or so that I've forgotten
Oh,
about.
wow.
That was a surprise present for myself. I thought, yeah, I've done the intro, and now I'm going to start with, oh, no, this I'm far along. Nice. Thank you.
Is there going to be any singing in this video, KJ?
I don't think so, but we
Oh.
never know. I haven't sung anything yet, at least, but there might be room.
I'm sticky and I'm sticky.
I mean, maybe if I run out of music, just hum for the last minutes of the video. Yeah, another one. Other than that, it's been some gardening, because I mean now spring is here for real. First mow of the year, and
I can't believe that was your first mow.
yeah, that's the good thing with living this far up north.
Yeah.
That half the year we don't have to do anything to our lawns.
I think I've been mowing since the beginning of March.
And then I've been sowing some seeds as well, some onions and some cauliflower. Let's see if that works. Who cares? But it's fun to try.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, mostly fighting with the weeds. And this time I think it's called ground elder or bishop's weed.
Oh, ground elder! Oh dear.
Yeah, we have that on a slope where the
Right.
grass doesn't get to it, so it has free range.
Yeah.
So I'm trying out the lazy man's tactic of covering it all in tarps.
Yeah. Okay. Can you? Is the slope too steep to mow?
Yes.
Yeah. The best way would be glyphosate, systemic, translocating herbicide, basically.
Yeah. We try to keep away from
Yeah.
that as much as possible.
But that's a serious weed.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
really the only thing that works.
But it is. I mean, it's not that bad in that it. I mean, it doesn't look bad, and it doesn't have any thorns or.
Yeah.
It's not evil in that sense.
No,
It's not a nice ground cover, but if you don't want it there, it's hard to get rid of.
Definitely, yeah. It was introduced as an ornamental here in Victorian times as an ornamental plant.
Yeah, I can think.
Yeah. And then it just takes over the whole of a border. There is a plant, Geranium Johnson's Blue, which if you can get that to take, the ground elder can't compete with it. That's the only.
It seems rather weak when it comes to competition, but as long as it doesn't have competition, it spreads like cancer.
Yeah, it grows. It does pretty well here, and if it's in a border, it will mix with all the other plants and send runners, rhizomes, underground stems through all the other plants and pop up and ruin a border basically and take over. So. Oh, and Haavard's glazing over, so we better change the subject pretty quickly.
Oh, I'm just Googling ground elder, and those are lovely. Yeah, you should plant more. Make it deliberate, and then that was totally planned.
Maybe I should bring some with me and plant in Glenn's garden.
I actually I got a plant out of a customer's garden years ago, and actually managed to bring some into my garden with that plant.
Yeah.
So I just spray the whole patch off, including the ornamental plant that I brought with it to get rid of it.
Stealing from your employer. You heard it here first.
Most of my plants have come out of my customers' gardens. And they know about it most of the time.
You just pick from the scrap heap, but you're the one who decides what goes on the scrap heap as well. So no,
Exactly.
this one is dead, and this one is take that away. Yeah.
Probably about 17 years ago, I was working for a landscaping firm, and we went to do a job at a plant nursery, and the job at the plant nursery was to dig up the whole of this flower border that they had of lovely mature plants, get rid of those plants and plant new fresh plants from the nursery itself. So little small ones. And I've still got in my garden plants from there, but I've got 7-foot purple, red acer from that nursery, and some lovely zebra grass and lots of other plants. So yeah, it's certainly not been the scrap heap.
I have some bad news in the plant department. Of course, last winter we had I forgot what the animal called, but it ate a lot of the bark on some of our trees. And of course, our one Japanese maple was attacked quite badly. And of course, you said, "Oh, that's a goner." And then, of course, it really put on a good show last summer. So I was like thinking, all right, this it's powering through. Good for him. Well, it's dead now. So, I mean, it was probably something left in the plant that it made it to just live through last summer. But yeah, it's have not survived. So I need to buy a new one and put in.
Yeah. If I remember rightly, the bark had been completely stripped all the way around it, which should kill any plant, shouldn't it? So.
Yeah, and I was hoping it was I mean, I don't know shit, but I thought that hopefully there was the outer layer and inner layer, and of course, if they didn't go too deep, it could mend itself. But nope, it could not. So now I have a very decorative dead plant.
Very expensive dead plant.
That's the thing, though. I mean, the last 2 years, it has really like taken root and started growing into like a decent size. And if I'm gonna buy one at that size, it's like $600-700 to buy that at one of those. So yeah.
You're gonna have to make a memorial thing out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna 3D print a headstone and put in its place and call it a day. With a picture on it. This is what could have been.
Just print off a big picture of it and put it there in its place.
Yeah.
From a distance you can't tell.
Well, that could be a video. I 3D printed my gardening plants.
Yeah.
I mean, I can 3D print a tree. That would be cool.
Really
I mean, you could do it at a scale and just have it sort of project it. You have the camera close to it and that sort of thing to make it look bigger and just make your garden look like it's 3D printed.
Yeah.
If you don't have anything else to do, but I mean, do we have something else to do? You're not busy at all during the days, are you?
Not at all. It's not like I need to build a deck and fix the rest of the yard. So yeah.
You ordered the materials for the deck yet?
No, I'm still waiting on my car. That's a recurring theme for the last few episodes, and yeah, still haven't heard diddly squat. So the parts are probably somewhere between Italy and here. So.
Sweden.
Yeah. It turns out that the Italian Postal Service has a sorting facility outsourced in Sweden. So, yeah, I'm fucked.
I reckon I'll have my deck done by Saturday.
Yeah.
Don't make this a deck measuring competition.
No,
that's a good thing.
I think Haavard's deck is definitely bigger than mine.
Yeah,
but yours quicker.
I mean, if you're finishing your first, I'll make sure that mine are.
What have you been up to then, Haavard?
Self-constraining myself, struggling. Yeah, it's been a tough week actually. Been struggling a bit. I have done the May 4th project as well, and I have finished everything, the edit. Today I actually went to the extent, instead of just ripping a frame off the video to use as a thumbnail, I actually went into my workshop and took a separate picture for the thumbnail, because I have time for that. It's compiled. I have tweaked the audio several times just to make the time pass, and god damn it. Of course, I'm going to upload it a few days in advance and put it on Premiere, but it's too early now. So it's like, oh, it's like being a kid again, having money in your pocket and not buying that ice cream.
Yeah, but upload it now so you can forget it and surprise yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, a new video by me. Oh, what could this be?
And of course, the funny part was I think it was on Sunday or Saturday. All right, I'm going to bring it in. And I'm going to hand paint the gray color in between the letters. And by doing so, when I use the pencil up until the edges of the epoxy, there is a couple of pockets that is not cured. So it's like seeping up. So there's one or two small droplets there, and I just wipe them off and painted over it, and then I filmed the video. And then when I went down here to just take a picture for the thumbnail, I had to take it off the wall again, and of course it's been seeping more, and you can see it's been like the drop has been slowly moving. I mean, it's a very viscous fluid, so it's just been like making like a snail in slow motion going down the piece. I had to wipe that off. So it's very much a No.1 Crude mistake in there. So I actually filmed like an epilogue and added to the video where I actually come clean. It's not as finished as it might seem in the video because it's still curing. But in that process, I have another project on the same thing, because I really like the design and the picture, and then I thought if I scale it down and I mirror it in the 3D printer, and of course I have this old manual book press. So what if I get like 4 or 5 sheets of some decent watercolor paper with some thickness to it, and then get some ink at the hobby store and just roll that on the image mirror, and I try to do like letter pressing, or I mean,
Oh, nice.
That should work.
yeah, that's what my thought as well. And then if that works, then I just have a letter press. Then I can just convert anything, throw it through the 3D printer, and I can make like small production runs of. I'm an artist now, basically. That's what I'm saying.
Are you cosplaying as an artist, or are you an actual artist?
I mean, if I could cosplay an artist, then I could hit 2 flies with 1 stone. Yeah.
You know, it's normally quite a hard rubber, isn't it, that you use for that sort of printing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get some filaments that has those properties, but I was thinking, what if I have the hard template, and then I put on the bottom of the press, I put like a sheet of leather or something that has some flex to it, and you put the paper on that should allow it to get a good contact pattern.
Yeah. That's an interesting idea, that.
And then I thought about that. If I make a mirror image of anything in a 3D printer, and instead of all the surfaces being flat, I can tell it that all the edges should be like a pyramid shape, then I could also emboss leather, because I could just 3D print like the embossing tool, and you can just press it into leather.
Nice.
So I'm going to try that as well. So that is of course 2 separate videos. I'm not going to do that in one video. So
yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, that's a really interesting idea. Looking forward to seeing that. You start printing your own magazines then, can't you? A newsletter.
Yeah, hand printed newsletter. I'm going to start competing with Jimmy DiResta. And instead of lugging like 500 pounds old cast iron equipment, I can just 3D print it in half an hour, and ta-da!
Can you import a text and make that? Yeah, I'm sure you can. Just have like a Word document of text, and then take it into the slicer software and 3D print it with an offset. Or write it in
yes,
that software.
I mean, you can write it in the software, and you just have to download the right font. But I mean, if you have something, the easiest thing I think is just convert it into vector graphics, because then you can just put it on a flat surface in the 3D program and just emboss it to depth and shape that you want. And
Yeah, I think vector graphics is the way to go.
Yep. We have spoken. Move on.
You can carry on.
I saw that Bobby Duke is coming to make a central, according to their website at least. Who knows?
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be brave enough to talk to him, KJ?
Yeah, why not?
Are you just going to stop him like you did Ali Spagnola and then not have a clue what to say after that?
Maybe.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, as long as they're a person isn't in a conversation or seems busy, then I have no problem just walking up to them and talking to them. But especially if they look a bit lonely or confused, I mean, that's a good place to strike. Because I mean, everyone there is. I mean, they're there to meet people.
Yeah. So when we first spoke, did I look lonely or confused or both? No, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one hunting me, so you told me. Did I look lonely and confused?
No, you look like you're on an avoidance course, actually. But I got you in the end.
Hunted me through half the place.
Fortunately, there wasn't many places you could hide.
I'm gonna admit that once I saw he was attending, I got a bit of FOMO, but then I just realized, well, they are saying on their webpage that a lot of people is coming that is not, so it's probably just a gimmick. I mean,
I think they have.
I'm on that list as well, but I'm not coming. Or I haven't
still on
checked.
the list.
I mean,
No, you're removed.
Okay.
They've taken you down, so I think they've cleaned it up actually to have people there.
Yeah.
Actually said that they're coming.
It makes sense then. All right, behind the mistakes is not coming. Who else could we? All right, okay, Bobby Duke. Let's.
That's the same thing. I mean, both have made Maui hooks and
yeah, and both
bearded a bit weird,
bearded and socially awkward. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we need more screaming and funny dances and that sort of thing in your videos, I think.
Yeah, well, the first time I saw that, it's like, God damn it, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
It's so brilliant. But I mean, if anyone does it now, it's like, yeah, but I mean, you're just trying to be Bobby Duke, and that doesn't work. So,
I mean, you could always cosplay as Bobby Duke.
Yeah, that could. I could next time I'm doing an Archie project. Is like I need to channel my inner Bobby Duke, and then that would be an angle. Yeah.
I wonder. I've not seen his earlier videos. Were his earlier videos delivered in a similar way, KJ? You must have seen them.
I haven't seen his early stuff.
Yeah.
As long as I've watched it, he's been have that crazy persona in the videos.
Right, because I mean, he's got enough talent to just carry a straight video as well, I would imagine.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean,
I'm glad he doesn't. I like the entertainment value of his videos as well.
I say sometimes it's a bit much for me. I would say.
Right.
I would tone it down a bit, but because I mean, as you say, he is talented enough to do he can make a rather crappy video just showing what he's doing, and that would still be enjoyable.
Yeah.
I just wish I had a tenth of his patience to actually go through with stuff and sit there and grind the stone and whatever to perfection.
It's not just patience. There's a lot of skill there as well. I mean, realize patience.
Yeah, but you need patience to get the skill.
Yes.
I think that's what I'm after, because I don't have that patience, so I will never get that skill.
Yeah. We'll get to find out on your carving soon, I hope, won't we?
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, it's not that much patience style carving. Much more crude but efficient style.
See, you don't know yet.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be that or nothing.
Do you have an idea of what you want to carve?
I have some ideas, but none of them are that fancy. I feel I have to do some stuff where I just try it out and see how well the turboplane works and how well I work with it, so to say. So I'm just going to try and make some kind of bowl-ish shape.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to try to shape a tool handle as well, a bigger tool handle.
Oh, okay.
From like starting with a 2x4 or something like that, and just instead of cutting it out on a bandsaw and that sort of thing, just whittle away with the turbo plane and see what happens.
Yeah.
Just to have a practice piece with some kind of aim. Otherwise, I would just have a piece of wood and just go to town on it until I don't have a piece of wood anymore, and then I haven't learned as much.
Still fun though.
Yeah, probably, hopefully. But what I'm most worried about is what I'm going to do with or how well I can aim the chips flying.
Right.
Because, I mean, the best place to do it is outside the workshop. And, I mean, I have the public road just a meter away or so.
Yeah.
So I have to aim it more or less at the house or at the lawn. And I don't think I want the wood chips in the lawn or in the flower bed, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've been thinking about trying to make some kind of, that enclosures that they have on pitcher mounts and that sort of thing with a net or something like that to just catch the big pieces or something like that. But
I think I've told you before that when they do professional stump grinding, they use like a beach wind thing. I can't remember what they're called now.
Yeah,
So they've like 3 or 4 poles with fabric in between them. Yeah, just to catch everything.
Yeah.
I could really do with something like that for when I'm chainsawing in the back garden, actually. Because wood chips are a problem on the lawn.
I mean, try to hook up a big dust extractor to it and try to catch them all.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just have the kids with a big basket and try to catch them.
You'd just have to buy extra iron ear protection for them, though, wouldn't you?
The safety squint is good enough.
They got cycle helmets, right?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, the youngest is a bit creative, and he thought that his cycle helmet was had a great military look on it, but he didn't like the shin strap, so we cut it off with a scissor. Yeah. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. He's definitely that kind of person.
Should have paid him back by gaffer taping it on his head.
That's a maker in a making there. Obviously. He's going places.
Yeah.
Unless he falls off his bike too early, of course.
It's
going to the hospital.
Very much that is a risk, yes.
It'd be fine. We didn't have cycle helmets when I was a kid. Look where I am today.
Move along.
Yeah, I saw a funny thing on the YouTube's, or not funny thing, but an interesting thing on the YouTube's the other day. Beyond the Press, Hydraulic Press Channel's second channel, they showed straightening I think like a 100 mil electric motor axle with an Oxy-Acetylene torch. Put it in a lathe and just found where it was a slight bend to it.
Yeah.
And then just heated in the right spot and made it
cool.
Go straight. And I had one of those what's it called, a meter, a thing pointing, and it's a little dial on it that shows if it's out of whack. What is that called? Yes, one of those.
One of those.
What is that called?
I can't remember, and I used to use them when I was an engineer, but let's just call it a dialy thing.
Yeah, a dialy thing, and you put it on, and then put some heat in, and you saw the dial move when the heat went up, and then when you removed it and the heat went down. If it started at 5 and went up to 10, it went back to 7. So you straightened it a bit, and because it was his dad, Laurio as the channel, his dad who has been doing stuff like this for 40 years. So he said that it takes like 35 years to know what you're doing before you can do it like this. So I thought that was really interesting to see.
Does it have any weakening effects on it, heating it up like that?
It was so little heating and in a very confined area, so I don't think it mattered that much.
Right.
But I mean, it was just cool to see what you can do and how much metal actually moves when you heat it up.
Yeah.
Because that is a pain when you're doing welding and that sort of thing.
I mean, can't you just slap one of those lead squares with adhesive on when they balance wheel or something? I mean, instead of putting heat on, just like, where's the bulgy part? All right, let's put this one on. And does it vibrate? Yes. All right, put one more on. Oh, it's good enough.
And then you have 50 of those in different places trying to counterbalance each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
You could just drill holes and do the opposite way, couldn't you? Remove weight from the heavier areas. Yeah.
Yes, that's also a way, but without weakening the.
Yeah, I mean, if
piece,
it's already in a lathe, you just shave it down 2 millimeters until it's straight again. Problem solved.
Yeah, and then
a bit thinner.
Yeah,
yeah, and
you
lighter.
add some bushings.
That's I mean, in the automotive industry, airplane, in anything high performance, they're saying that the clue is to lighten it as much as possible. So, I mean, it's a win-win, isn't it? Yeah. Don't see the problem at all.
And a millimeter here or there, who cares?
Exactly.
Speaking of the lathe cage, are you going to have a go when you're here? Yes,
Something.
right answer.
Film it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Making a mess in Glenn's workshop. Yeah, sounds intriguing.
That's what workshops are for.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to make a mess in mine like you two.
Yeah. That being said, though, I have as tidy a workshop as ever, because it's like in your home. Of course, you tidy before you get visitors over, and I did that in my workshop as well. Got visitors either on Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning. So, all right, what do I need to do? I need to clean my workshop.
You've been Mr. Social again.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm an extrovert. I'm not sure. I need to look into this. I mean, yeah.
Maybe you're cosplaying as one.
yeah, very much. I mean, of course, I needed the entire day afterwards to just calm myself down again, and yeah. No, I got a visitor over from BRÅK. They have been on basically a tour, holding courses and meeting up with musicians and musical guitar podcasts and whatnot, and then they dropped by and spent a couple of hours here.
That's the guitar pedal guy, right?
That's the guitar pedal guy, yeah. And yeah, I think I was so social that I now have obliged to share a stand at the Skapet Festival in this year. So yeah, that's happening. So I need to collect my most musical related projects and make them somewhat operable again for Skapet Festival. And so yeah, I'm gonna share a stand there.
I mean, you have quite the number of musical themed projects.
Yeah, I can easily join the crowd of people making noises and getting noise complaints. It's like I'm gonna be that alibi. I mean, he's going like, "Oh, you think I'm loud? Look at this guy!" And just wheel out recorder creation 1, 2, 3, like.
Will you hook them together and have an emergency button if the plinkety plonkety machine gets too close? You just go bah.
Yeah,
I'd love the Halcorder to go to war with the plinky plonky machine.
That's the thing, though. He's gonna be there, right? So, am I gonna like launch a full-on attack?
Shooting recorders at him.
A recorder catapult. That would have been.
I mean, is it called that? It's called that in Swedish, at least. Stalin Organ. Like a rocket battery that the Soviets used to shoot like 20 rockets in a series. Think that, but recorders instead. And they have it tuned in different sounds. So if you fly them through the air with some fins on it, they should get some air into them and maybe make a pew sound as they fly.
I
Can you put
saw
fins on them?
I saw a guy 3D printing like miniature like mortar rockets with like a flute insert. So when you shot it with a potato cannon, it made a and then he made them glowing in the dark. And what he did, he just went into a field and he just shot them, and his dog went apeshit to fetch them. So I thought, could I do that to recorder? Because when I made the rocket fuel powered creation, someone said you should make them actual rockets, and then I went to the store that sells the actual rocket propellant units for the RC rockets, and I found that the largest rocket engines you can buy, they have enough lift capacity to actually lift a recorder's weight. So then they just have to duct tape that to a recorder and make like a top hat cone with it that channels the air in. Could I make a recorder like going into there? That's happening. I mean, I'm gonna try it. I mean, if it fails, it's still a brilliant project, but
Yeah.
I don't know anyone in my area with a large enough field that I confidently can try that, because you might risk it going 1,000 meters in any direction, and there
Yeah.
are residential areas close by. So I don't want to be in the news killing someone with a recorder. That's, I mean, they say all PR is good PR, but I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah. Best shoot it over the ocean. But then it can be taken like a attack on international water or something like that. Yeah, Norway has shot an intercontinental ballistics test thing like North Korea.
That's a bloody good suggestion, that, because I can do it at my mother's cabin, and I can make like a small platform on like a polystyrene floater bed. So I could just row out on a quiet day, just to put it in the middle of the ocean, basically, and then set it off. Because you get those RC motors for either like a standard fuse or the electrical fuse, and I do have a RC control and everything to make it work. So yeah, maybe I have my own space program now. I have been watching Laura Kampf, and I mean, she's taking part in like Tom Sachs' space program, and although I like it and the aesthetics of it, I think it's very little rocketry involved for something called a space program. So yeah, maybe I just have to take the matters into my own hand.
Yeah, do it yourself. That's the mentality we're going for.
Yeah, and I mean, as long as, I mean, it's a record. I mean, it's making a recorder into a rocket. That's an art installation, basically. So if anyone asks, I'm making art, and then it's legal, right? I mean, as long as it's art, it's
doubling down on this artist thing, aren't you?
yeah,
Sending a
very
recorder to
much.
space.
Yeah.
What does a recorder in space sound like?
It sounds like a David Bowie album, actually. And of course, that's the sad thing, though, because that video would be perfect to have a Ziggy Stardust or some of his music to it. But of course, paying for that is too much. And it's the same with Glenn's whistle video. I could never make that, because the only way I could in my mind envision that is to have the song Blow My Whistle Baby as the music for that video. But getting the rights to use that, it's going to cost and take too much work, so it's not going to happen.
You have to start creating your own banger music. Yeah.
I did actually. This is a teaser, though, for the May 4th project. The outro music. I actually asked UDIO to make a Star Wars inspired music piece for like 30 seconds. So I have for the outro, and that came out quite decent. So
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Nice.
there are possibilities. And then I also made a song or attempt of a song, like make a song about Glenn the gardener taking a nap in his pergola, but it really fucked up that. It's not even good enough to send. So yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
Oh, don't start knocking the pergola naps. That's my new favourite thing of all.
You know, I fully get you. I like
Yeah.
to take naps out in our like garden annex thingamabob in the summertime. So it's the best naps. So I'm fully on board.
I was on a Sunday. I went to lay down on the sofa outside, and it was really nice and peaceful. And literally, as soon as I closed my eyes, someone started blasting Led Zeppelin in the background from one of the other gardens. And I was really cross, but I really like Led Zeppelin as well, so it was kind of okay.
But still annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another barbecue instead.
That's not bad either.
No.
Is it just me, or has the number of maker podcasts gone down in the last period of time? It feels like a lot of them are not publishing as they usually do, or is maybe just
Fools with Tools has been inconsistent for quite some time, hasn't it?
yeah. And I feel it's drying up a bit.
Makers Waffle and 2/3 have been quiet for a while now.
Yeah, they are. They've been dead a long while.
Yeah.
But I feel the others are also. Yeah, it feels like there are hiatuses left, right, and center, or maybe it's just me.
Who are the others?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, or maybe my feed is filled with other stuff because it doesn't feel like I have enough maker podcasts to listen to. So maybe this is a good point to have a little call for action, because I mean, I wouldn't mind if we got some more listeners as well, but maybe just promote maker podcasts for everyone. Or for me at least. Tell me about more good maker podcasts, and maybe tell others about this maker podcast as well.
It's not a bad call. It's a struggle for me though, because I'm starting to get into audio theatre now, so I want more audio theatre podcasts now. You ever listened to any of those, KJ?
Yeah.
I've just I do We're Alive. I've listened to all of those and the current ones as they've been released now. And I've just started on something called Wolf 359, which has been out for years apparently, but me being late to the party, I've just got onto it. That's a really interesting, funny one.
Yeah, We're Alive. I'm almost listened to all of them, and I mean it's a good. I like to have an eclectic collection of podcasts to listen to. Some maker podcasts, some humor, some science, some drama or scripted things, and have a mix. So I don't. But sometimes it feels like I don't have enough maker podcasts, at least.
Yeah. Well, Rasmus has still got his, hasn't he? Is he still doing it regularly?
Yeah. The.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
The making it.
Oh Jesus! Well, you totally.
Yeah, I did know it as well. I listened to the first episode, the first series, but because it was more for making stuff for marketing things, it wasn't for me really. I think anybody interested in selling things, it would be for them.
Yeah, but I quite enjoy it. Setting up shop. That's
the one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you got me locked on make it at market, which is a program in the UK. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I like it, especially for the sense that no, I will never ever do that. That sounds only like a hassle and not fun at all. And even if you're successful, it's still a pain. So it's good to be reminded about that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not knocking anyone from doing it. If they like to do that, great for them, but it's not for me.
No, it'd be lovely to get some money in to pay for your hobby, wouldn't it? But again, not for me, I don't think. Although I suppose if someone starts buying you things, that's just like likes, isn't it?
Yeah, but then you have to
They're quite
Actually,
addictive.
I didn't think about that, but it actually is, right?
Yeah,
And then you're paying for it, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind selling stuff, but the thought of have to replenish your stock and that sort of thing, and make the same thing again and again and again, and have
Yes.
that to sell, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's that part, and actually going to markets as well. That does not sound like fun. Not for me, at least.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, you have to talk to people to sell things as well. Past that stage in my life.
I mean, I've been working my entire life towards not having to speak to anyone, and then suddenly gonna have to do it as a livelihood. It's like, no, I'm talking to too much people as it is.
Yeah. My goal is just for them to other people to give me money without me needing to talk to them.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. I mean, in an office environment, you might get like, you're nice in coaching other people and helping and let them flourish and so on. Yeah, so they leave me the fuck alone. I mean, if you get them up and running and confidence to do the work on their own, they don't have to come to me, and then I can just mind my own business. Yeah, it's totally egoistic on my.
Every time I'm mentoring someone, I throw them in the deep end as quickly as I can to see if they float, and then they're off to their own, and good luck. Try to pedal back to this side of the pool if you need any help.
I just, you throw them into the deep end, and then you just, as they are like grabbing for your hand and not to drown, you just bow down to them and whisper, I don't know shit either. Just send them off into the big corporate world.
Yeah. That's how we do it.
Yeah. I mean, the senior or the principal in your title is just a measurement of how long you've been clueless at the thing.
And you still survived.
Yeah.
Desperately treading water, not knowing how to swim, but it looks like you know what you're doing. So
yeah, at least he hasn't drowned. So he must know something.
You're standing on corpses at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the corporate word for you.
Yeah.
World for you. Yeah.
Built your career on dead Chinese. All right, that took a turn for the worst.
Yeah. Let's end this episode here before we go any deeper. No. Before we consider what we're standing on while we're not drowning.
All right. Have a lovely day. And well, no, it's not next. Is next recording the last? No, it's 3 weeks until Maker Central. So we're gonna have 2 recordings beforehand.
Yes. So if you listen to this on the day it comes out, tomorrow is May the 4th. So hopefully if Haavard is a good boy, you have one with you to watch them, and if I've been lucky, then you have another one as well.
Yeah, and if not, you can watch my video again. I mean, if it comes out early, it's just more time to see it. So yeah, do that.
I might just do a quick lightsaber on the lathe now. Feeling a bit left out.
Do it.
Do it. If you do that, I'll make the sound effects for you. Me and KJ, we got your back. So come on, get lathing. All right, let's end this episode. Glenn got some spinny things to do.
Bye.